Hi, my name is Janice Hilligard, and I wrote the book All Things About Me. The reason why I wrote this book is that unfortunately my father died suddenly a few years ago, and when he died without a will, a living trust, or a power of attorney. And I am the oldest of 3 kids, and neither one of us kids knew what his final wishes were. So if there are any of you out there that had to settle someone's estate or plan a funeral for somebody when you don't know what their final wishes are, then you know how financially and emotionally exhausting that whole process could be. We had to hire an estate attorney and go through the probate system. Now, going through probate didn't take very long, but the attorney was extremely expensive and was completely useless. He published my father's death in the newspaper and wrote a few letters, and that was it. And we had to pay him a couple $1,000s for that. I was so aggravated that I had to pay this much money for basically no help. So I decided that I was not going to let anybody else go through the financial or emotional exhaustion that us kids had to go through. So I wrote the book, All Things About Me. It's 29 detailed chapters that go over from when you're born to planning your funeral and everything in between. There are 29 detailed chapters for you and another whole section for your spouse or significant other. A list of the chapters are listed on my website, along with a brief synopsis of what each chapter includes. The book also includes legal documents, last will, living will, power of attorney, healthcare directive if applicable per state, and a beneficiary deed, a quitclaim deed, and organ donor cards. And there are a lot of other documents included with the book that I created that are unique to the book, and it will help you in so many different ways. Each document has its own purpose, and it's designed to help you so you do not get taken advantage of financially by anybody, but also to help you with any other processes that you may have, like an adult daycare center or a nursing home, because the truth is, as we age, the chance that you might need one of these things is very likely. And that way you can be educated and get your information on these situations before they happen, or maybe if they're happening currently for you. Now the book has a durable cover, has a spiral bound, and it opens flat. It's very easy to write in whether you're left or right-handed, and it's printed on high-quality paper that's very durable. The great thing about this book is that it helps you plan for emergencies. It also helps you keep you organized in all aspects of your life, and also is a purpose for planning your funeral and the arrangements thereafter. The book is used for passing down information from generation to generation, from generations that are before you, that you can record what history that you know now, and for future generations that you will never meet. Let them get to know who you are. Joe Plumeri said it best. He said, on your tombstone there are 2 dates, and in between those dates is a dash. That dash represents your life. And so that's basically what this book is. The book is your dash. It is your life. It is now. It is a circle around you of your friends, your family, your work, your likes, your dislikes, your hobbies, your organizations you belong to. And hopefully you will enjoy filling out the book. And I have had people ask me, well, why don't you put it on a disc and make it digital where you can just fill it out on the computer? I'm not going to do that because then you lose the personal touch. There are things that I have that my grandparents wrote on and that my father wrote in, and I have their handwriting. And to me, that is more precious to me because it's personal than something that I can enter in on a computer. And for your older generation, you know exactly how important that is, and for the younger generation, you'll learn to appreciate it. Some of the things that you can put in the book, the history about yourself, is, for example, the section, Historical Events That Affected Me. I used to live in Germany, and I was there when the Berlin Wall came down. That was a historical event. And so I recorded in my book the events and how it had affected the Americans and the German people at that time. Seeing something on TV or reading about it on the news or on the internet is not the same as hearing it directly from somebody who lived through that experience. Another section that you can fill out is information on your family, like your grandparents, your great-grandparents. My grandmother told me that when she was younger and in high school, she went to go see the St. Louis Cardinals play, and she would pay 25 cents to 50 cents to watch a game, and she was able to watch Joe DiMaggio and Babe Ruth play here in St. Louis. To me, that was just an amazing story. And better yet, when my grandfather was born, he was only a pound. Well, back in the 20s, they didn't have the medical equipment to save children, unfortunately, so his grandmother kidnapped him from the hospital, put him in a shoebox, and kept him in a coal-burning stove to keep him warm. And so I'm a product of her kidnapping, and so is my mother, my uncles, and my cousins, and my aunts. And if it wasn't for her bravery, none of us would exist. And I think that's an amazing story that needs to be told from generation to generation, because they all exist from this one act of kindness and love. All of you have your own stories, and it's best to write them down before you forget. And as people die, remember the information dies with them. And I don't mean to be morbid, because I'm not trying to be morbid, but I'm just trying to make a point, be very honest and stern with you. Don't have regrets over memories that you forget. People do forget things. And so it's best to be organized and be in one place. It's going to help you in emergencies and for future generations. Make your history come alive through these pages. I wish you all well, and I hope you enjoy filling out the book and completing these documents and taking them to your bank and get them notarized, so at least you have something, whereas my father had nothing. I wish somebody would have wrote this book a long time ago for him. So hopefully you'll learn from my experience and not have to go through any of the pain or aggravation that us children had to go through. Thank you, and I wish you well.